Hello everybody, welcome to the Ssoups channel and welcome to this new series, Keep, Draft, or Leave, where I'm going to be going through a team, of course this team going to be my Colts, on if we should draft positions, if we should keep players, or if we should let players go. I'm not going to go super in-depth, go into the practice squad guys, but I am going to look at the major players for the Colts, and other teams if you guys want to see it, and see if there's upgrades needed or not. Happy to have you guys here. If you enjoy, please subscribe and let's get straight into it. A lot of them are free agents right now. Of course, we all know offensive guards are going to be needed. We might lose a tight end. We might lose Molly Cox. We might lose Jack Doyle. We don't know. Sendejo is a lot older. Safety is needed. Xavier Rhodes is a free agent. Cornerback. Obviously wide receiver. We all know that, more there would be great. Colts at the moment have almost $43 million in cap. So that is a lot of money to spend. Maybe not on too many players though. And the Colts only have 5 draft picks. Only 5 in the upcoming draft. And no first rounder and no 6th rounder. So you're not going to really get any big name players, so I'm not really going to go into any specific player I think would be perfect from college. Let's go first of all with the receiving core. So T.Y. Hilton probably going to retire. Ashton Dullin's a restricted free agent, and Zach Pascal, I believe Zach Pascal is going to leave. So what should we do at the wide receiver position? Sign and draft a wide receiver. Both. Sign and draft. We need to draft a wide receiver and we need to sign one. We need to beef the hell out of this wide receiving core. As Michael Pittman as your right side, number 1, we need somebody off the left. And with Zach Pascal gone, we need somebody in the slot. Paris Campbell could become that slot receiver. I don't think Ashton Dullin's good enough to play on the left side. And normally Ashton Dullin's a right-sided receiver anyway. So I just don't see how that would work. But it needs a lot of beefing up, especially if we have retirees. So yes, I would sign and draft a wide receiver. Anyone specific? Well, Allen Robinson's available. We have a lot of money, Maybe Devontae Adams is available. There's a couple of solid wide receivers in free agency. But I don't think we're going to spend a lot on one player. We normally don't. The Colts normally don't do that in free agency. Now to the offensive line. We do know Mark Lewinsky might not be here. Mark Lewinsky is a re-sign. We need to re-sign Mark Lewinsky. I know we drafted Will Fries, hasn't gotten that much of a chance, but to me, Mark Lewinsky has to come back. He was one of the better offensive linemen last year. To me, it's just a no-brainer. I don't think he'll cost that much money. I would just re-sign him, to be straight with you. I know he's a bit older. He's almost 30, if he's not 30 already, but he is a re-sign for me. And Eric Fisher, we signed him last season. He's a free agent this season. I would not re-sign Eric Fisher. The first thing I would do is I would draft. I would draft here at left tackle. And I know we don't have many, and I've already wasted one. Well, not wasted one. I've already used one. But I would, to me, right? Your 3rd round pick would be your second, or one of your top 2 picks is going to be a left tackle. We need a left tackle to replace Eric Fisher. He'll be too much money for what we got out of him last year. I would just let him go. Tight end position. Mo Cox and Jack Doyle may retire, and Mo Cox is a free agent. I'm going to be honest with you. The tight end classes for this free agency isn't very good. We might be able to draft a tight end, but we just drafted one in Granson. I would re-sign Mo Cox. Now, moving on to the defensive side of the ball, this was when it gets interesting. I have 3 more draft picks to mess around with. And one of the things that I would go for is a corner. A cornerback is needed. Xavier Rhodes, to me, he's going to be 32. He's had a bunch of injuries. I think it's time to move on from Xavier Rhodes. Let Rock Ya-Sin hold that place as the starter permanently now. TJ Carey is also going to be gone. I wouldn't mind if we re-signed TJ Carey. I would just draft, to be honest. I would use one of the later ones, because we do have a little bit of depth there. I know we have some injuries, but we do have a little bit of depth. The D-line has been an issue for the Colts. Now, DeForest Buckner is a great player. And, surprise, surprise, we actually had a decent amount of sacks carried out above everybody. Everybody got an okay amount of sacks this year. Even DeForest Buckner, not the greatest year when it comes to sacks, but still pretty good. Especially since he's getting double teamed all the time. Teray and Muhammad are both free. If you're asking me, I would re-sign Muhammad. But re-signing Teray is difficult. It is difficult. Both of them are young. They're going to turn 27 next season. Muhammad is definitely a re-sign for me. Teray, I'm on the edge with. I'm on the edge. I think you go and sign a cheap defensive end because you're going to have Kwity Paye, you're going to have Muhammad. I think you sign someone else to replace him because I think he's just going to cost a little too much money, Teray. And I would go Muhammad over Teray personally. I like Muhammad's game a little bit better. I think he can do a little bit more and be more effective off the end. So I'm going to go with Muhammad and sign somebody else. Andrew Sendejo is going to be out. He's 34. I like Sendejo. I think he's a good player. If he's cheap, another $1 million, I wouldn't mind it. But I also wouldn't mind going and drafting a strong safety. Sendejo just seems too old for me. You either draft or sign there. I would rather draft there. But, we'll see. Kyrie Willis is a very good safety. George Odom is still there. So I think we'll be fine. If you have that 7th pick, use the final pick on a linebacker. That's just me. If you have that, you can do that. But I wouldn't be mad if you signed one as well. I don't think that's too much of a problem there. But yeah, I don't think there's really any more positions of note to talk about. The running back situation obviously is fine. But yeah, just in a short little run of things, that's exactly what I would do with the Colts. I think that's the best way to do it. I think that's the best way to get around to doing it. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you listening to me babble on about what I think we should do. And yeah, if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Love you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.